best of all. Sunday school is a place for fools. It's hot in hell, but the devil's cool. Don't keep Satan waiting. Don't keep Satan waiting. So don't just sit there, join the club. Sell your soul to Beelzebub.
Hey everybody, it is here, your favorite satanic streamer, Count Jackula, and the sin is in this afternoon. Wanted to see how everyone was doing during the daylight hours today, since I was, awake. Awake during the day, awake during the sun. Just like a true blood vampire eating a fairy. So how is everybody today? I see we got John Smith, Brian Lawson. How you guys doing? It is an odd hour, definitely. Hail Satan, John. Hail Satan. Man. Old blood sugar seems to be doing okay today. Got down to a low of 89. That's quite good, especially for a diabetic. That's very good. You know, around 90 or 100 is like considered the awesome spot. Oh, you're having a lime sour? Oh, man. Problem with alcohol, high in sugar. High in sugar. Can't just drink it like I used to could. You know, just too much carbohydrate. That's not good for me anymore. Technically, it's not good for anybody ever, but I mean, like, come on, calculated risk and all that. Can't live a completely drug-free life. That's crazy. Every once in a while, you got to do something a little bit bad for you. Oh, you made yours low sugar? Well, I mean, like you're making a sour, you're using like gin or whiskey, right? I don't know if there is such a thing. It's like diabetes and gin. Diabetes and gin. Spirits like gin typically have no carbohydrates of their own, making them a better drink option for people with diabetes. Okay, so gin's good, so I can have my martinis. Oh, but it's usually paired with tonic water, which does have them grams. 22. Well, that's not 22 is not too bad. 22 grams of added sugar per 8 ounces. Well, you don't usually put like, it's usually half tonic, half spirits. The glass is not 16 ounces. It's not an entire cup. Or is it? Lime juice, seltzer ice, and salt. Yeah, lime juice is, let's see. Diabetes and lime juice. All right, lime juice is okay. What about Diadex drink whiskey? Nope, not so much. My favorite, not so good. Whiskey is not so good, apparently. Vodka's probably really bad because it's like potato based. Yeah, whiskey got sugars in it. That's not so good. Hey, Kira. Yeah, so that's not so great. That's not so great. All right, man. It's funny. Yesterday, I was at a friend's house, and one of the guys there was like talking about media criticism, and I was like, "No, I don't want to have a media criticism debate. Period. You know, just period. I don't want to have it. I did that for 8 years professionally. And most of the people I met through it were miserable people I would never want to be around. You know, not everybody, but most. And I was starting to hate seeing movies. So forget it. Hey, Epiphany's Realm. Joseph Hall, how you doing? The Starship Troopers online discourse. Oh, God. I have no idea, man. I stopped. I stopped. Like, I didn't want to have to watch movies that way. It's it's really no fun. And I'm like, I don't want to ruin something that I love for the sake of a paycheck, like forget it. I'm not doing it. So if you're like, hey, why'd you stop doing videos? That was really kind of the reason. Like everything else was just more on top of it. But I was really losing my taste for it because it's one thing to make jokes. It's another to be surrounded by to be surrounded by criticism and feeling like you have to engage with it. And people are like, oh, well, why don't you not engage with it? And it's like, yeah, well, I also don't want to have to like do it every day. I also don't want to have to do that work every day. It's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. And no, fascists and authoritarians don't understand parody and satire. They really don't. Because they tend to be the kind of people who are attracted more towards making fun of people. Because introspection is kind of a foreign concept. It's too uncomfortable for them. Because if you spent time in introspection, you would probably come to the conclusion that authoritarianism was a bad thing. But with that said, I also watch a lot of documentaries about cults and things like that. And that's another form. It's a slightly different form of authoritarianism, though it uses all the same things. It does all the same shit. Uses the same tool set. But one of the things that I noticed what differentiates a person who joins a cult from a person that doesn't? And the only thing I've really been able to figure out is that a person who joins the cult is looking for someone to tell them how to live. Largely because they don't trust themselves. Very strange. Like, very strange to me. I mean, on one level, I kind of get it because that's kind of how we enter this world. It's why we examine parental behavior so much, because we know that that's going to have some kind of effect that's going to have an effect on the children. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, John Smith, I saw that fucking Raelian documentary on Netflix. And that was like a great example. Like, that was a good example. Another one that's like a really good but very depressing example is the Twin Flames documentary, also on Netflix. The Twin Flames documentary is really upsetting because it's a whole bunch of people looking to find their twin flame, which is their personal version of a soulmate. But the cult itself starts telling them how to live, and whether or not they should be in this relationship or not. And it's like, that's a hell of a thing to turn over to another person. another person can't be in a relationship for you. You know, that doesn't make any sense. That's just not possible. That's not something that you can do. It's not doable. You know, so why bother searching for someone who's going to tell you? You know, because they're always going to be wrong. Let's see. Today at college, my Epiphany Surround says today at college, my classmates decided at film school to make a short movie about a school shooting, and my friend was super pissed. He has American relatives who experienced the shooting. Well, he's gonna have to get over it because it's a thing people are gonna tell stories about because it's a thing that happens. You know, like that's a thing that happens. So people are going to talk about it. They're going to make art about it. They're going to make movies about it. They're going to write short stories. They're going to do comics. They're going to do all kinds of things about shootings. You know, it's a hugely traumatic event that even the survivors fucking go through. So people are going to talk about it. I think one of the things that's really funny is that when you look at shooters, when you look at serial killers, when you look at people who commit horrific acts of violence for like no real logical reason, no reasonable reason. You always come up with a few things that always come up. One, always what you would call severely mentally ill, aka crazy. Their perception of the world is incredibly skewed. It's incredibly skewed. The other thing is a sense of helplessness before the modern world. And the third thing is a sense of superiority. So you got those things. You have delusions of grandeur. You have delusions about the state of the world and a need to feel superior. The world has to be fixed because it's wrong. Everything pretty much exists to suppress me. Like me personally, not even like a group. It's them. The individual that commits the atrocity, they always feel like the world is against them specifically. And then you've got the need to feel superior. Get all those things. Hey, you got a killer of one sort or another. You got some sort of mass murderer. I've heard of elephant. I personally would avoid media such as that, but elephant? What's that? Is that a movie? Elephant, crime thriller, psychological drama film by Gus Van Sant. Oh. Oh, okay. It's a movie about a school shooting. Okay. Yep. Elephant, as in the elephant in the room. Yeah, I just haven't fucking seen it. I didn't avoid it. I just haven't seen it. You know, I didn't even know he made that movie. You know, because to me, like the main Gus Van Sant movies that I know about are the ones I know through osmosis, or the ones that like touch into the horror realm. You know, like for example, I've seen Good Will Hunting. I've seen My Own Private Idaho, which is my favorite movie that he did. I've seen even cowgirls get the blues. I've seen his version of um his version of Psycho. Yeah, Elephant. I hadn't actually seen. I actually didn't know that. Didn't know about that. Um, yeah, the most recent thing that he did that I would have seen would have been his remake of Psycho, which is not bad so much as pointless. You know, Drugstore Cowboy's pretty good. You know, yeah. Oh, that's right. He did the. You're right. He did the Harvey Milk biopic. Okay, so that would be the last one I saw, the most recent one I saw. Yeah, I didn't see Don't Worry He Won't Get Far on Foot, the adaptation of the memoir by John Callahan, who is a paralyzed cartoonist. Yeah, I mean, I've the thing is I've read Don't Worry He Won't Get Far on Foot, but I haven't seen Gus Van Sant's adaptation of it. Hey, Joe Care, how you doing? Yeah, doing okay. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? Oh, thanks for the donation, Epiphany's Realm. Just watch The Shining. Great movie. That scene with the lady in the bath gets you every single time. What's the scariest film to you? For you, it's May or The Exorcist. Also got scared from as fuck from Hereditary. Oh, what scene was it in May that? What was it about May that did it for you, Epiphany? Like I've seen all those movies like several times, so I'm interested. Like Hereditary is kind of obvious. Like the horrific moments in Hereditary are very obvious. Same thing with The Exorcist. May is a bit more subtle though. So I'm interested in like what part scared you the most. Hey, Awaz, how you doing? Yeah, yeah. Oh, the ending of True Detective season 4 is really good. Yeah, let's hear it for Epiphany's Realm, everybody. Let's give Give them a hail, Satan. Joseph Hall says they have not seen Jerry. You're not missing much. You're not missing much. The scene where she makes the body out of the dead ones and the doll's shaking when she talks to it. And self-harm is a major trigger. Oh, well, yeah, if self-harm's a major trigger, yeah, May's going to be terrifying. It's going to be very upsetting. Catherine, just tired as fuck due to getting up early for volunteering. Oh, what kind of volunteer work are you doing? Yeah, look at that. Epiphanies around those hail Satans are for you. Yeah, I really like May. You know. You know, that to me was like one of the that was one of the first that to me was like one of the best female slasher movies. Because it was basically it was basically a maniac with a girl, with a woman. You know, like what kind of story would work with a female maniac? You know, because it wouldn't just be like her killing dudes that wouldn't have the right tone, because that's like a rape revenge movie, you know, which has a very different tone. She wouldn't come off as a slasher, you know. So they so they picked something, so they picked another motivation for her. You saw Ateros, Terrified, the Argentinian movie, especially the dead kid scene where he's having dinner. Ateros. I'm not familiar with that one. Unless it has another name in English. Hold on. Oh, Terrified. Yeah. In America, it's called Terrified. Yeah. That one's actually like properly spooky. Yeah, that's a spooky one because you're just like, you know, like classic, like ghosts and specters coming at you kind of stuff. Really good, really good. Yeah, I keep forgetting that it's Argentinian. For some reason, I keep thinking it's Middle Eastern. Don't ask. Don't ask. I don't know why. It's just a trick my brain plays on me. Let's see. John Smith, the movie that disturbed Epiphany's realm. So it's hard for you to pick the movie that scared you the most because my friends always find it hard to, or are you just totally desensitized from so much? It's hard to pick a favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite. I think the one that scared me the most when I saw it, you know, gave me that whole I'm sleeping with the lights on and the doors open, you know, and all that shit was probably the Blair Witch Project. You know, back in what was it, 1999, 2000. Like that was the one that scared the shit. That one scared the shit out of me. Wouldn't necessarily say it was my favorite horror film, but it was the one where I was most scared. Let's see. John Smith says, a movie that Possum. Oof, wow. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Possum, that movie is really uncomfortable. You know, just because of, I mean, everything about that movie is really uncomfortable, and the puppet just makes it worse. Catherine says she's volunteering IT, learning how. Oh. Helps refugees settle in Ann Arbor. Oh, geez. Well, that's great. That is great. That is great, Catherine. Have I seen Where Evil Lurks? Same director. Let me hold on. Let me look it up. Yeah, When Evil Lurks. Yes. Yes. I don't know why I also thought that that was like Turkish Middle Eastern. Uh, yeah, When Evil Lurks. Like, we did a vlog on When Evil Lurks, actually. Yeah, a movie all about the reliance on patriarchy basically creating a hell on earth. Jay Tilton says The Medium. Yeah, I liked The Medium a lot. In some theaters, they showed the movie with the house lights on. Ah, that's fucking funny. I mean, I get it. I get it, you know. Like The Medium, also called Demon Says You Thought Magic Was Gonna Work? Bitch, who do you think invented it? Oh, damn. Like, that demon is nasty as fuck. When she oh man, when she goes back to the fucking shrine and it's been destroyed, you're like, oh shit. Oh shit. This motherfucker can step on holy ground. That's not good. That is really not good. Uh, Joe Care says Misery. That is a great one. Kathy. Oh, The Woman in Black. You mean the one with Harry Potter in it, right? Daniel Radcliffe. Kira says the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it's just so brutal. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, I loved. The thing was, is I love the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre because I thought it was so fucking funny. You know, like that scene where they're trying to have the grandpa kill the girl. Like, I could not stop laughing. Have I seen the original Japanese Dark Water? Actually, I don't think I have. I know I seen another movie called Dark Water that is not Japanese and is not a remake of the Japanese movie. It's all about a young nun who goes to an island and to find out what happened to her sister. Spoiler alert, it turns into a Lovecraftian story. It also has a woman with three breasts, so I was partial to it. Hey, Vinar Cody, how you doing? Jack, where can I watch Crystal Eyes? Is there a DVD by any chance? I'm sure it's got to be like a Blu-ray. Yeah, Crystal Eyes. That one, yeah, by Ezekiel Endelman and Leandro Montejano. God, I actually interviewed Ezekiel Endelman, the director of Crystal Eyes, on stream. Like, that was really cool. You know, he's very, very queer, young queer director, someone to actually keep your eye on. I don't think he's made. I don't think he's made another feature film yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's only made the one feature film. Um, which is really too bad because Crystal Eyes is great. So good. It's such a beautiful, like, tribute to Giallo films. Let's see. Just watch Crystal Eyes. Do 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 do. Looks like it's on Apple TV to rent for like $1. I would absolutely recommend it. It is definitely worth $1 to watch. It's worth a lot more, actually. So yeah, I ran it off Apple TV. I believe it was on Shutter for a while. Um, let's see. Yeah, it was on Shutter for a while. I don't know if I don't think it's there anymore. Let me double check. Yeah, it's not on Shutter anymore. That's too bad. Yeah, but that wasn't a Shutter original. That was just they were just licensing that for the platform. Yeah, did they make a hold on. Crystallized Blu-ray. Yeah. Yeah, they made one back in 2020. Yeah, it looks like they made one back in 2020. Crystal Eyes Blu-ray. Can't seem to find it. Huh. Di- oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Search. Eh. Oh, god damn it. Nope. I was like, it looked like it might have been on the Arrow website. But unfortunately, let's see. Arrow video Crystal Eyes. Yeah, they got a trailer for it, so it was on the platform. Arrow Video US Blu-rays. Okay. Oh, really? I mean, they got the bird with the crystal plumage, but I mean, like, of course they do. Oh, that's not right. This isn't right. No, that's not right. More people should see Crystal Eyes. Like, no, no. That one looks like it might. It's getting buried, and that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's not a movie that should be lost. It's just too good. Yeah, I was looking for like a copy of Crystal Eyes, which is a 2017 film made in Argentina by a young queer director who we interviewed on the stream back in 2020, I think. It's really good. It's really good. It is an absolute love letter to Italian Giallo, and it's one of the best. It's one of the best homages to Italian Giallo. You know, and And it's a movie that, like, nobody saw. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I'm like, no, there needs to be a Blu-ray or something. Like somebody, like it was on the Arrow streaming service for a while. Like that's how I saw it. It wasn't Shudder, it was Arrow. And so I'm like, well, obviously they would have done like a small run of like Blu-rays or something. Like Arrow's known for their Blu-ray collections. But no, apparently not. It seems to be on Amazon Prime in the UK. Good. Jeez, that's something. Oh, you found it on Tubi? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, it's on Tubi. So you'll have to deal with. Wait, it says content unavailable. What? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Wait, cigarette ash. No, apparently it's not available, but it was. What film was this? Crystal Eyes, 2017. When you start watching it, you will think it was a movie made in the 80s. It's that good. It's that good. Like the production design, the effects that they used in order to make it look like an 80s, it's all top notch. It's all top notch. Yeah, it's okay, Rachel. Like I would have been confused by that too. See, maybe we can find it under its Spanish language title. Nope. Nope. This is wrong. This is wrong. I mean, I know physical media is kind of dying, but I mean, like, it should be up somewhere. Yeah, let me see. Amazon Prime Crystal Eyes. No, don't search on Giphy. What the fuck? I hate you. There. Look for it. Crystal Eyes, Prime Video. Currently unavailable. What? Currently unavailable. What the hell happened? I gotta see what I can do about that. The movie is called Crystal Eyes. Unfortunately, it seems to be available nowhere in the United States legally. There's no Blu-ray. There's Apple TV seems to have it. You can rent it on Apple TV. Let me double check on that. Available on iTunes. Okay, good. That's something. Yeah, you can rent it on Apple TV or iTunes. That's something at least. Yeah. Wait, 28 Days Later is unavailable? That doesn't seem right. That seems odd. Hey, Jimmy Jam, how you doing? Yeah, we're apparently not allowed to rent Crystal Eyes anymore. No! You know, like, that's not right. Yeah, well, you can see it on Apple TV, so if you got, like, the Apple TV app or whatever, I don't know how to work Apple TV. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Streaming now is like now harder than to. It's now harder to find movies that was in the days of VHS. So it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, wasn't streaming supposed to fucking end all that? Like, it's just gonna always be there? The fuck, man? I don't like that kind of shit. You know, I like having movies available. Shouldn't be like that. I do kind of miss when everything was just on Netflix. Yeah, digital's a promise that may not be kept tomorrow. Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately. The enshittification of streaming services. 28 Days Later isn't on a streaming platform and is out of print? What? Apparently it's available on Plex. What the hell is Plex? What is that? Huh. Man. And now for some reason, Google's showing me shit about shin splints. I don't know. Ah. Oh, Satanus, the Devil's Mass. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Well, guess I'll check out Plex. See how that goes. Sign up to the iTunes store. No. No. I don't have to sign up for any of that shit. Like, come on. Apple, iTunes, where you store your Apple phone information. It's where you stow your iPhone information. That's what that is. Oh. Disney lost the distribution rights for 28 days later. Okay. Not like it's a major mega media corporation with fucking unlimited resources. I don't know what else to say about that shit. I remember when tech was going to solve all these problems. Nope. Only to give them back to us again in a whole new fucking form. Uh-oh. Is there a new Fallout trailer? Nope. Nope, looks like the same trailer. Yeah, I'm not real like I'm not real hyped for the Fallout show. By the way, is this alien Romulus a real thing? Because I'm like, I don't know. Well, whatever it is, there's not a real trailer up. It's all like fan made trailers. I'm like, who gives a shit about that? Yeah. Let's see. Oh no, man. I mean, sure, it's Fede Alvarez, but like so many things have gone wrong with alien movies. Oh, Ridley Scott's last movie? I believe it was called Duel. And it was like just a couple of years ago. The Last Duel, yeah. Yeah, 2001. Didn't look like something that I'd be interested in, so I didn't see it. Hey, Jack, when do you normally stream nowadays? You're on NYC time. Uh, I've been trying to make it regular times, but haven't really been able to. I usually start around I try to start around 7 Pacific Standard Time. But I'm trying to find an optimum time to stream and go with that, which is unfortunately a little difficult. Like right now seems to be good because we've got like 30 people in here, which is nice for the stream. So maybe we'll try to start streaming a little earlier in the day just to get them numbers up, you know? Oh, that's right. He did the Napoleon movie. Yeah, that came out last year. Yeah, Napoleon is actually apparently really good. It's apparently really crazy. Man. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny because we're in flux with a lot of stuff right now. We're in flux with a lot of nerd shit right now, particularly in media. Like, for example, like Hasbro's losing this huge amount of money. A lot of big companies just across the board are obviously preparing for some sort of huge market crash, which I'm predicting is going to be real estate based again, like in 2008. You know, there are just too many people who are having problems like affording housing for that to not be the case. And it's like the housing market has got to crash. It has to. There's no way it doesn't. You know, and I think the worst thing that we could do is prop up the real estate industry again, like we did in 2008. I think that would be terrible. But unfortunately, who knows? They probably will, but, you know, trying to bail out real estate again. But we're already basically at peak price. You can't really go up from here. I don't think the market will allow it. You know, meaning I don't think people can pay. Yeah, we're in another housing bubble. It's going to pop again. It's going to have to. You know, because they didn't fix any of the shit that went wrong the last time. You know, it's like The Big Short was talking about.
That anyone who knows me knows that I have no problem telling someone they're wrong. It's my passion. But for the first time in my life, it's not so enjoyable. We live in an era of fraud in America, not just in banking, but in government, education, religion, food, even baseball. What bothers me isn't that fraud is not nice or that fraud is mean. It's that for 15,000 years, fraud and short-sighted thinking have never, ever worked. Not once.
Jesus, we're at
37.
We're at 37.
People get caught. Things go
It's
south.
fucking plummeting, man. It's fucking plummeting.
When the hell did we forget all that? I thought we were better than this. I really did. And the fact that we're not doesn't make me feel all right and superior. It makes me feel sad.
Every time I fucking hit refresh, it's dropping, man. It always goes down.
And as fun as it is to watch pompous, dumb Wall Streeters be wildly wrong, and you are wrong, sir, I just know that at the end of the day, average people are going to be the ones that are going to have to pay for all of this. Because they always,
32?
always do.
It's 32,
Yeah,
man.
it's fucking taxed, man.
That's my 2 cents. Thank you.
I'm gonna drop a deuce at Deutsche.
Does our bull have a response?
Only that in the entire history of Wall Street, no investment bank has ever failed unless caught in criminal activities. So, yes, I stand by my Bear Stearns optimism.
Mr. Miller, I'm sorry, quick question. From the time you guys started talking, Bear Stearns stock has fallen more than 38%. Would you still buy more?
Yeah, sure. Of course I'd buy more. Why not?
Boom.
Yep.
You're convinced the underlying mortgages in these bonds are solid loans?
That is our opinion,
Oh,
yes.
crack the tape. Have you looked at the loan level data?
What do you think
Right?
we do
you're
here
giving these
all
loans
day?
to anybody with a credit score and a
Excuse
pulse.
me, sir, what do you think we do here all day?
I'm not sure. That's why we're here.
Here's what I don't understand.
We check, we recheck.
If these
we check
mortgage
again.
bonds are so stable, if they are so
Perhaps you could
solid,
check your friend.
have you ever refused
We
to
stand
rate?
That's
behind that.
delusional.
We
Georgia,
stand behind
have
that.
you ever refused to rate any of these bonds upper tranches AAA? Can we see the paperwork on those
Oh,
deals?
I'm under no obligation to share that information with you,
Just
whoever you
answer
might
the
be.
question, Georgia. Can you name one time in the past year where you checked the tape and you didn't give the banks the AAA percentage they wanted?
If we don't give them the ratings, they'll go to Moody's, right down the block. If we don't work with them, they will go to our competitors. Not our fault, simply the way the world works.
Holy shit.
Yes, now you see. And I never said that.
They're selling ratings for fees. A rating shot.
You can afford to make less, make less.
Nobody said that. And it is not my decision. I have a boss.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, how'd your
No,
boss
I am
do
not
on the
kidding
IPO?
you.
How'd your,
What?
how'd your
I am
boss
not
do?
in the
Really?
habit of kidding.
Is that the angle you're taking? So now anyone
you
who has
two
a
obviously
boss
just work for yourselves,
can't be held
then.
responsible for doing shitty and illegal things. What are you for?
No, I am not for Mr. Baum. I am not. No. And I wonder what your incentives might be. Is it maybe in your best interest to have the ratings change? Is it, perhaps? How many credit default swaps do you own?
Doesn't make me wrong.
No. It just makes you a hypocrite.
Yep, and unfortunately, that kind of thinking has not gone away. Reminds me of the anime market, says Jay Tilton. In the 80s and 90s, they had money to burn anything they wanted. Then the recession, due to property values crashing, made them greenlight much less. Yeah, no, completely. Yeah, same mistakes will just be made over and over and over again. Like, you want to how like fucking predictable this is? Let's go to the end of the movie.
But to break up the big.
Hey, look, you want to get a bite tonight? There's this new Cuban place just opened on the Lower East Side. Supposed to be good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You and I?
Yeah, or other people.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you very much.
Mark, hey.
It's a bloodbath up here. Morgan stock has lost half its value, down to 23.10. It's in a free fall. Clients wanted to talk to you about pulling their money.
Let's get this video back up.
It's now or never, Mark. We gotta sell. Mark. Mark, can you hear me?
Mark, you there?
Mark.
Paulson and Bernanke just left the White House. There's going to be a bailout.
Well, they had to. Right? I mean, paper markets would have
They
collapsed.
knew.
Cash would have stopped coming out of ATMs. They had to backstop this.
They knew the taxpayers would bail them out. They weren't being stupid. They just didn't care.
Yeah, because they're fucking crooks. But
At least we're going to see some of them go to jail. Right? I mean, they're going to have to break up the banks.
I mean, the party's over.
I don't know. I have a feeling that in a few years, people are going to be doing what they always do when the economy tanks. They will be blaming immigrants and poor people.
But Mark was wrong. In the years that followed, hundreds of bankers and rating agencies executives went to jail. The SEC was completely overhauled, and Congress had no choice but to break up the big banks and regulate the mortgage and derivatives industries.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Banks took the money the American people gave them and they used it to pay themselves huge bonuses and lobby the Congress to kill big reform. And then they blamed immigrants and poor people.
And this time they blamed teachers too.
And when all was said and done,
remember that. Remember that.
Kill big reform. And then they blamed immigrants and poor people. And this time, even teachers.
This time, even teachers. So if you're wondering why so many teachers are quitting now and so few people are going into teaching, right there. Right there. That's the answer. That's why. Because they blamed teachers for the 2008 financial crisis for no reason. You don't remember that? I do. I do. I remember that very clearly.
People gave them and they used it to pay themselves. Just kidding. Banks took the money the American people gave them and they used it to pay themselves huge bonuses and lobby the Congress to kill big reform. And then they blamed immigrants and poor people. And this time, even teachers. And when all was said and done,
I remember
only one
that
single
very
banker went to
clearly.
jail. This poor schmuck, Kareem Sarah-Geldon from Credit Suisse. He hit a few billion in mortgage bond losses, something most of the big banks did on a good day during the crisis.
Mark, can we sell now? I mean, the fund will make almost $1 billion. You'll clear 200 mil, Mark.
You know, once we sell, we'll be just like the rest of them. You know that.
No, we're not. We're not the bad guys here. We didn't defraud the American people and prey on their dreams of owning a home. All right, they did.
Now we get to kick them in the teeth.
$1 billion.
That's right. But we got to close out our position or it could be zero. I mean, it's now or never, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Sell it all.
Yeah, that's because that's where all the money actually came from. Came from pension funds. Yeah, no, you're right, Brian. It is. It is why you don't have any. Yeah, you had a few people lose their homes during the crash. Oh, yeah. It was all, the suburban and the rural areas were hit the hardest. The poorest areas were hit the hardest. Because the money had to come from somewhere. You had to steal it from something. Everyone these days works under the feeling that the entire system is broken, and that's because they're paying attention. It is. It is all broken. Remember this happening after the Enron scandal? That was a double whammy in Houston. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Enron and the housing crisis of 2008 fucked Texas hard. It got fucked hard. Never recovered. Has not recovered. And they're still doing that shit. Not only has it not recovered, like the theft of Texas's money is rampant. It's rampant. It's horrible. You don't know how it's ever going to be fixed? Slowly. Very slowly. Like, I'm not going to see it in my life. I'm going to see it. I'm going to start to see the repair in my lifetime. But I don't think any of us are going to see it actually fixed for one simple reason. Climate change is going to get us before it's fixed. That's going to happen. And then the world's priorities are going to shift. They're going to shift hard. It's why despite I could more easily live in a different state, it would cost less and it would not affect our household income, I don't want to leave California. Because the only real preparations for that are happening here. And we got all the resources. California has all the resources. Utah's going to turn into a desert. Salt Lake City's going to become a ghost town. For one simple reason, there's going to be no water. There's going to be no water in Utah. Can't have a civilization without water. Whole place turning into a desert destroyed Egypt. You think it's not going to destroy Salt Lake City? Bullshit. Mother Nature's going to do what it does, man. Once the ocean starts coming after us, well, it depends on where you live. For example, if you're in Miami, things are not. If you're living in Florida, things do not look good. Like, that's where it looks worst. If you live like in Florida, or any of the, or any places like, you know, too close to the Gulf of Mexico. Like, Mexico City's going to have a problem, too, because it's below sea level. Oh, you have solar panels. That's good. You know, are you on one of the, what state are you in? You know, basically, if you have solar panels and you're not in Texas, you're going to be fine. You know, that's fine. You know, that's actually helping. The problem with Texas is that the grid itself is unreliable and outdated and old, and they're not fixing it fast enough. You know, California's power grid suffers, needs a great deal of repair as well. But here it's more likely to get done simply because there's so many people who live here. Yeah. And California has a gigantic economy. Yeah, we always have surplus. We do pay more taxes, but we at least have that. You know, one thing that you can do about climate change that will be very effective is simply like change your mentality about it, change your thinking about it. Don't worry about the human race. The human race will survive climate. Will survive climate change for a bit. We'll survive massive climate change as a species. Worry about yourself. Worry about where you and your loved ones live. Worry about that shit. Worry about your local power grid. Worry about what is happening in your area to combat what they are, how they predict what is going to happen in your area. You know, think about the survival of you and your loved ones and prepare for that. Now, don't go survivalist. That's pointless. That is absolutely fucking pointless. You know, survivalism is absolutely fucking pointless. There is nothing that survivalist training won't give you that good horse sense will do better. Well, of course, Texas isn't fishing fast enough. They got to pay for Ted Cruz to go to Cancun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's the states like, it's the fact that it holds on to its conservatism. That's what's causing all the problems. Yeah, don't go zombie apocalypse. That's pointless. What you want to do is you want to learn how to do some basic things like plumbing, electricity, you know, stuff like that. If you're electrically inclined, like, and you don't know how to use a multimeter, like learn how to use a multimeter and how to pass electrical safety inspections, like what you need to do in order to get something up to code that way. Because not only will that help you in household repairs, and it does a lot. If shit goes down, then you're one of the people who knows what to do on some sort of level. You're not caught entirely flat-footed. It will also let you know that there are certain things that you could do if, like, a disaster hits your area. You know, learn automotive repair. You know, both combustion engine and electrical. I have to figure out how I can learn electrical car repair, because like that whole thing works differently. You know, my mechanical skills don't really translate well. So basically, build a house. Nah, you don't need to be able to build a house, but house building will, carpentry, how to put up drywall, like, you know, things like that, the basics. You know, the basics, the most common things that are easy to learn. You know, learn that, and when you find something that interests you, keep going. Because a lot of these skills are not hard to learn, but they catch people off guard because they don't know what to do. And so it seems like an insurmountable task to, like, for example, fix your own plumbing. Like, do you know how to fix a shower? Do you know how to fix a bathtub? Do you know how to tile? You know, can you put tiling down? Do you know how to fix drywall? You know, like, these are not hard. Do you know how to put outlets in your house, electrical outlets in your house? Not hard. Do you know where do you know where your junction box is? Do you know which fucking circuits go to what? Do you know how to flip a circuit breaker? You know, like things like that. These are all really tiny skills. They're very tiny. You can learn them very, 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 very quickly. You know, but very few people do. He built an outhouse with a bidet. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Yeah. Skills like that, very important. You know, if you do like welding, very important. You know, welding is a little bit more, you have to gain an aptitude for welding. You know, but that comes with practice, because there's a feel to welding that you have to learn. You know, so that one's got a little bit more of a curve. But just learning what tools that you need in order to do it, that's simple. That's simple. Yeah, or fix a simple leak. Yeah, no. I actually, technically, I wouldn't, because I'm the one who does all that. Yeah, like one of the things I'm a little worried about is now that the house has new owners. Before it was easy. I would just tell because the landlord used to live upstairs before he died. And I would just say, hey, I'm going to be fixing this thing. You know, I'm just going to fix it. And he would be like, oh, okay, well, I'll pay for it. You know, I'll pay for materials and your time, you know, since you're, you know, working on the house. So do it right. Don't do it on the cheap, you know. Like, I can fix toilets, I can fix sinks, I can do all that. You know, the big plumbing I have trouble with, like, you know, anything that you need like really special tools or knowledge for. So like, I can't I don't touch the water main. You know, except to turn it on and off. That's all I'll do, because that requires a bit more knowledge. Probably not a lot. I could probably learn it, but I don't have it yet. Because when you got like a water main problem, like that's when you call in a pro, because like, you know, that's when you call in a pro, because like that's where those skills are really super fucking handy. You know, you'll see a qualitative difference between a pro doing it and anybody else. But like things like, you know, household appliances and the plumbing on that level, that's easy. Amateur could do it. Amateur could do just as proficient a job. You don't have a suitable outlet to run a MIG welder? You could. Well, what about just the welding torch? You know, that one. You know, the old school one. You know, because that skill translates between those two things. I mean, granted, the electrical one is it's a lot safer. I mean, I'll give you. It's a lot safer, a lot easier to get started, you know. Yeah, you can hang drywall, swap outlets, fix plumbing, resurface a bathtub, lay tile. Yeah, no, that's all good. That's all good. Those are all good things to know. Yeah, we have to get used to doing things that involve your hands. Or if you're really good at organization, if you're really good at organization, try to get yourself leadership and communication skills. Because organization is extremely important. But if you can't get people to listen, you're just going to be frustrated. Like leadership on that level, management and leadership on that level is frustrating already. Hey, Jack, have I seen the Warhammer 40 Power Wash Simulator trailer? Wait, what? Hold on. That sounds fun. 40K Wash Simulator. Power Wash Simulator. Okay.
Witness. Imperial engines adorned in filth, a testament to their glory. Yet the machine spirits yearn for reawakening, shaped in the likeness of the Omnissiah. Purity. It is an honor to service these triumphant vessels. Our tool, the Mark II Aquasantica Aquabus. Our adversary, dirt. An act performed in dutiful veneration of the Omnissiah carries glory, whether by power armor or power washer. Yes, the canticles of restoration must be performed. Our purpose is true. Purge the unclean.
Oh!
Where is that servitor with my blessed incense?
Oh my God, purge the unclean. Holy shit. No, that's brilliant. That is a brilliant ad. Holy shit. Makes me want to get this thing. 23rd of February. So in 4 days that becomes available. Oh my God. Oh, hey, Town Eccentric. Oh. My God, that is fucking great. That's hilarious. Purge the unclean. Yeah, that is kind of a take my money situation. Not gonna lie, that looks pretty fun. I hope it has the emotes like that. I hope the character talks while you're like cleaning like the Lehman Russ tank and stuff. Like that's what would take it over the top. You know. Oh my God. Warhammer 40K Power Wash Simulator. Oh God. It's a special pack for Power Wash Simulator. It will be available basically on everything. Oh God. That's fucking amazing. Is Jurassic World any good? Well, I thought it was fun. I thought the Jurassic World movies are pretty fun. You know, are they gonna? They're not gonna like change your world or anything, but they're pretty much. It was what I was expecting. You know, CGI dinosaurs. You know, and people trying to stop mad science. You know, that's basically what it is. The controversial death scene, like, I'm like, no, that should be controversial. That you're just supposed to feel bad about it, you know? Like, you are supposed to feel bad that that character gets eaten, you know? Like, come on. Someone was just asking me about Jurassic World, like what I thought about it. And I'm like, yeah, Jurassic World was good, you know? Like, it's fun. Like, it's not going to blow your world away like the original, like the 90s Jurassic Park did. But, like, you know, if you're like, I want to see people get chased and eat by a dinosaur, it will deliver. It's not going to, not a lot of bullshit, not a lot of plot getting in the way of that movie. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. It depends on what you need it to be. If you need it to replicate the first time you saw the original Jurassic Park, that's not going to happen. Like, that's unreasonable to expect. But if you want something that's like better than Jurassic Park 2 or 3, it's got you. Like, it's better than any of the other. They're better than any of the other sequels, in my opinion. You know, it really is just pure, like, let's go back to the dinosaur park, you know? Like, because if you need like hard science, like something like hard science fiction or like spectacular storytelling, I gotta be honest, those Jurassic Park movies were never that. Da, 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 da. Okay. Yeah, yeah, it looks fun, you know. Like, well, the 40K is kind of interesting. It's a ridiculous setting that is unnecessary, completely unnecessarily grim and depressing, and that's what makes it fun. You know, like that's what I like about 40K. It's so unrelentingly grim. It's hilarious. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you need to see people get eaten by dinosaurs. You know, you need it in your life. Like, come on. It's like, you know, that's an actress, right? She got paid and she's still alive. Michael Crichton was never Heinlein. In every sense, both good and bad. Yes. Grim, except the orcs. Well, that. Well, except the grimness of the orcs basically comes from their unrelentingly violent nature. You know, like that's where the grim comes in, but it's so fucking funny. Hey, at the Warhammer fan, Jack, who is the biggest asshole in the Warhammer universe? Oh, the God Emperor. Like the Imperium of Man is the biggest asshole. Yeah, it's like Rose McGowan's death at Scream was unnecessary. Oh, fuck you. You know, that's the main death. Yeah, that's the other death everyone remembers, you know? There's like the first one and then there's Rose McGowan, you know? Everything else comes in third. Yeah, I can't play the tabletop war game. And most people who are into 40K don't. You know, because it's really complicated. You know, most people just buy the miniatures and paint them because they're cool. Oh God, where is it? All right, yeah, because like this to me, like kind of this thing I'm about to show you, kind of to me defines Warhammer as a hobby. Gotta turn the sound on. Sorry about that.
Warhammer, do you have too much money? Warhammer, friends? Warhammer, don't need them. Try Warhammer. It's expensive.
Try Warhammer. It's expensive. So if you missed it up, I'll play.
Do you have too much time? Warhammer, do you have too much money? Warhammer, friends? Warhammer, don't need them. Try Warhammer. It's expensive.
Yeah, hell, let's do it a third time.
Do you have too much time? Warhammer, do you have too much money? Warhammer, friends? Warhammer, don't need them. Try Warhammer. It's expensive.
Yep. That's it. That's it. That's the truth. That's the truth, baby. That's the truth, baby. Ain't lying to you. Ain't lying to you. Ah. I wonder. Yeah, the most expensive game you'll ever play. Hey, yeah. Oh, man. Some kind of one of the things I've been like looking at is possibly getting back into sculpting. Like physical sculpting, like with clay and stuff. Do you have a girlfriend? Warhammer! Not anymore? Warhammer! That's right, Brian. Yeah, Warhammer Fantasy Mouse was only made to sell off third-party miniatures. The rules were originally free. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, yeah. The official Games Workshop tape measure. Yeah, I should have bought that when I had the chance because it was a servo skull. It was a tape measure shaped like a servo skull. It was cool, and I didn't buy it because I was like, I don't need that. And I've regretted it ever since. You know, sometimes, man. Want to worship toxic masculinity? Warhammer. Yeah. I think plenty of fans of Warhammer 40K are into the get the irony of it. There are unfortunately those that don't, and those people suck. I do not know anything about Clown in the Cornfield. You're almost afraid to get deeper in TTRPGs because you don't have the space for more crafting materials and minis. Well, you don't need the minis. You know, you absolutely do not need the minis. Those are just a cool thing to have. If you do the tabletop war game, then yeah, you kind of need them. But like you don't need that to play like D&D or Vampire or anything like that. You already got metal and leather working tools? Oh, come on, man. Paint some miniatures, you wanna, you know? You know you wanna. Damn it. So yeah, I'm thinking of getting back into like physical sculpting. Because I haven't done it in so long. Oh, boy. What do I like to sculpt? Well, I'm thinking of doing the sculpt of a character I have in mind. Like just their face and upper chest. Like their head and upper chest. After that, we'll see where it goes. I do have an idea for a statue. Like a 12-inch statue I might want to do. The best part about 40K forks are overlooking that it could add to your own headcanon bullshit. And you remember all 40K is bullshit. Hey, you're not entirely wrong, man. You're not entirely wrong. Aren't we funny? Aren't we funny, the things we do? But whatever. Like, I've thought about it for a long time. You know, because I've always been dogged by this idea that, like, what I did, I needed to make into a career, or it needed to make money or something like that. And I've decided that I'm gonna kind of throw that away. The need to make money. Because I'm starting to think it's more of a hindrance than a motivation. I think it's more of a hindrance than a motivation. If I could remake one Uwe Boll movie, what would it be? Probably Blood Rain. Like, if I had to. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be my answer. That would be my answer. But, like, yeah, I've been thinking about the whole thing about, you know, having to turn it into a career. Because I'm like, I'm not talking about, like, not making money. But I think the reality is, in order for something to be a career, you have to be X good at it. You know, you have to be X good. Or, and that can mean a lot of things. That can mean in quality or in speed. You know, high fidelity or high speed, you know, either of which take a degree of professional skill. I don't exactly know everything that people need in order to become a professional, but you know it when you see it. It's hard to articulate sometimes. Oh, yeah, House of the Dead. He did do House of the Dead. He infamously did House of the Dead. Yeah, maybe that one. Maybe that one. Do an actual House of the Dead movie. You know, like you have outgrown the need for financial value to be placed on your work, to feel your work as personal value. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that everything I have, so much of what I have been doing for the last like 12 years has been valued on whether or not I've gotten a paycheck. You know? And I think it's true that some things need to be seen that way. You know, some things do need to be seen that way. But I've noticed that what it really comes down to is I just like getting paid for my time. You know, one of the minor problems, one of the minor reasons that I haven't made like a full video is because YouTube made me despair of ever making any money on it. You know, because it was just, it just got that frustrating to deal with whatever shit the algorithm was fucking throwing at us. Like some people could deal with that, but I couldn't. It became too much. You know, on top of everything else. Like I said, the big one was really that I wasn't enjoying things anymore. And I wanted to take that back. So in order to take it back, I had to make it not my job. I had to make it not my job. And that's why I always give this kind of wishy-washy answer of like, you ever going to do videos again? Because it's like, not for my job. Like, those days are solidly over. But might I make videos again? Maybe. Maybe. I wouldn't hold my breath, but that's always a maybe. Why do people care about the algorithm? Because it determines how much you get paid. But the problem is chasing the algorithm makes your output something that the algorithm wants, not something that you want. Like back in the days when it was pure viral audience, like that worked. Now it doesn't work so well. You know, the algorithm doesn't work so well anymore because it doesn't do that anymore. That's not what it's for. You know, because before it was just pure like, oh, okay, this many number of people watch this many hours. Now it's like, well, how do we determine who gets priority of being seen? And it's like, why do you need that? Why does YouTube need that? The algorithm helped create the alt-right pipeline. It helped create the new conservatism. But did it really end up benefiting conservatism? Not really. Did it help get Trump elected? Most assuredly. Most assuredly. Because if nothing else, the algorithm suppressed moderate voices. as I keep saying, every time they're like, well, you know, we have to suppress this kind of content because white supremacy, I was always like, or you could just do that. Like, hardcore Nazis are not hard to pick out. So why do we need all this horse shit? Why do we need this horse shit algorithm? How's that supposed to solve the problem? And I was like, no, this is just so that they don't have to pay us. This is just so that they can create the smoke screen so that they can pay some people but not others. And who do you think is going to suffer the most for that? The underprivileged. Why? Because that's easiest. It's easiest to take money from the underprivileged. Much easier. You know, so I knew that's what it was going to do. It was going to amplify conservative voices. It was going to suppress moderate voices, moderate and dissenting voices, which it did. And it was going to funnel money in all the directions I didn't want, which is also what happened. You know, and with all that going on, and no real viable platform to move to, I became very discouraged. I was extremely depressed about it. Like, I suffer from depression already, you know, but now all my work was being thrown back in my face as unacceptable on a daily basis because of a computer program. You don't get to make money on this because the computer says so, because the algorithm says so. You shouldn't be making this kind of content because the algorithm says so. YouTube would rather pay family channels to abuse their kids. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They're not going to stop doing that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Vinara. It's really upsetting. Hey, how's the health? Well, actually, let's give it a check. Let's give my blood sugar a check. I think it's been a couple hours. All right. No, we're doing okay. Yeah, goddamn ones and zeros, man. Yeah. Social media was also really bad. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I should say fuck the algorithm, do whatever I want. How am I liking the glucose meter? Well, I'm liking this one, this thing a lot better than sticking my finger because it gives me more information. So I'm liking it quite a bit. It is feel weird. It's like you got a plastic disc stuck to your arm, you know. You know, because I usually wear sleeveless shirts, you know. Yeah, and the worst is that, like, the algorithms are they're looking for outrage, man, because that's what gets the most attention. That's what creates the most buzz, outrage. But it doesn't work for everything. It doesn't work for everything. And yeah, but it's the way they do it. Quick engagement. Comment sections are terrible. You know, and that's your engagement. That's your engagement. That is a meter of your engagement, is that comment section. If you've got hundreds of people coming in and telling you that you're an asshole and that you're wrong, you're a hit. So no wonder people burn out. You know, that's why people burn out. It's because most people are not insane narcissists who feel like any attention on them is good attention. You know, most people aren't built that way. You know, did you notice that, like, the whole thing with, like, YouTubers being terrible, terrible people got more frequent? Not exactly a mistake. That's what happens. Those are the kinds of people that you attract when that's how the popularity works. Like, it gets worse. Like, you're always going to have that problem. Now it's going to get worse. Yeah, that's why people know about Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro also has a lot of financial backing from conservative groups to keep doing what he's doing. And at the end of the day, YouTube popularity don't mean much. I thought that was going to change, but it didn't. Being a YouTube star is kind of like being a reality show star. There's really nowhere to go. Hell of a Boss is more of a fluke, in my opinion, than Has Been Hotel. Has Been Hotel looked like I don't like Has Been Hotel. I don't like Has Been Hotel. Hell of a Boss I like a lot, but Has Been Hotel I'm not particularly fond of. I just don't care. Every time I watch an episode of Has Been Hotel, I'm like, I just don't care. Yeah. Well, they're done by the same studio and they're set in the same world, but But Hell Boss is way crazier. Like that one's written by Brandon Rogers, who is just way more insane. You know, it's also the one that has like the guy who was the voice of Invader Zim. It's also the one with all the crazier crap, with all the crazier stuff. You could tell Hazbin Hotel was trying to be on television, which I was like, big mistake, big mistake. I was like, you're going to get tired of this. People are going to get tired. If you get this on television, people are going to get tired of it really fast. Yeah, Hazbin Hotel does have this kind of like weird Tumblr quality about it that I'm like, it's not working for me. The thing that makes Hell of a Boss more interesting is that there is way less of an attempt to appeal to anybody. Yeah, Hazbin Hotel feels like a Disney movie just with cussing. And it's like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You know? You would normally think I would like such a thing because, yeah, it just didn't grab me. Just didn't grab me. Like, there was just something different I really wanted. You know, like, I need the things that are a bit wilder, a bit weirder, a bit more out there. Oh, I love Lackadaisy. You know, I've got a couple of the graphic novels of Lackadaisy, actually. That Lackadaisy is really good. You know, but the thing I like the most about Lackadaisy is when you get right down to it, it's a story about bootleggers. I mean, it's got this cute cat exterior, cats in like zoot suits exterior, but it's really a story about crime. Yeah, it's about mobsters in the 20s, you know, during not the 20s, but during Prohibition. It's about mobsters during Prohibition. Yeah, I'm glad that Lackadaisy is getting noticed. You know, let's watch a little bit of it. I did like Big Top Burger.
Old Man River. That seems far too austere a name for something made of mirth and rage. Oh, roiling red blood river vein. If chief among your traits is age, you're a wily, convoluted sage. Is old the thing to call what rings the vernal heart of Western lore? It brings us brassy, myth-made kings. And preponderance of bug-type things. To challenge titans come before! Oh, demiurge to a try at Avalon once more. And what august vitality in your wide aorta stream. You must have had to oversee alchemic change of timber beam to iron, brick, and engine steam. Your umber whiskey waters lends
Well,
the prideful
Lackadaisy,
silver
I
sovereignty.
believe, is still like
A faulty
entirely
halo
owned
temperance.
by the creator.
And Wilt
So,
herself.
what's up? Okay, yeah, I'll come get it when I'm done.
Imps, not elderly. So, if there's a name for migrant mass of veteran frivolity, it snakes through seas of prairie grass.
Okay,
and
this
groves
intro's
of
taken
summer
way too long.
sassafras.
Come on.
A name that flows as roguishly as wild waters, fast and free. It's your true name. Mississippi.
It's abundantly clear you forgot us down here.
Encore? No encore?
Please, no, that's plenty.
We're fine. Should I add a dance? Extra stanzas? There's more where that came from.
Please don't ruin musical theater for everyone.
I'm not sure lookouts are supposed to make such a ruckus anyway. Why don't you come down here and
Oh,
grab a shovel?
Autodale is great. Yeah, I've seen all of Autodale. It's really good.
Cursed with these spaghetti arms! So, I do what I can. I provide the I provide the ambiance. Babyface provides the muscle. Look at him digging his way to martyrdom, the little go-getter. Now, how about a little rhapsody in G minor for company?
Fine. If you're not gonna help us work, you're gonna have to double as the dirt rag.
Rocky? I think I found...
Is that it?
Well, if it isn't, we'll have some awkward explaining to do to the family of, Herman Hapfem?
What was that? Did you hear something?
All these unresting spirits were trespassing on their turf.
But there's naught ye can do about it, ye feisty devils!
I wish my mom was here.
What? Blasphemy! That force of nature, she'd stop us dead.
I know.
Oh, Freckle. Don't tell me you aren't having a good time showing off your shoveling skills for Hotsy-Totsy over here. Cora! Oh, for a moment there, I thought it was your mom.
This is why I don't go rattling up spirits, and digging up graves, and sacrilege, and
Settle down, cousin. The spirits are all bottled up. 100 years past, Burke and Hare were up to much worse. And things turned out just fine for them.
No, they were hanged.
Details, Freckle, details.
Now show me your crowbar skills.
Ah, liquid gold! Dionysian delight! Better still, Canadian whiskey! And deliver.
I think we should hurry.
I'll start the car.
Whiskey in the jar. Leave the headlamps off. Can't be too careful.
Right, we've been so discreet up until now.
No! Don't let that get away! Miss M can't spare a drop! Murderation! Where's that spotlight when we need it, Miss Pepper? Well, now the spirits are afoot.
I got it.
No, that is my foot. That's not what I meant.
No, I can't see.
Ah, there it is.
Stop it.
You
Get off me.
Ow! Excuse me?
Look like we got some live ones tonight.
Yeah, say, boy, the chase is the best part.
Let's not prolong this. This is a trifling matter. We have other business to tend to.
Yeah, but none of it near as fun as this gonna be.
Can't let the competition go unchecked. Even a little vermin. They got a way of festering. Alon!
Where'd you learn to drive like that?
I didn't!
Didn't?
Learn to drive!
Well, you're so bad at it, you've confounded the enemy. Nicely done. Get confounding! Get confounding! Now we need a performance from you, Torpedo Boy. Ah.
Oh, no.
Yes, yes, yes!
No.
Don't be modest.
I
Play us a symphony.
No! What's going on back there?
All right, what the?
I guess this one is the big.
Oh, no, stay with me!
I think I swallowed a bug.
You got a big fat bad bed for dinner? Who's fair?
Nah, just more glass.
Profoundly unprofessional.
Well, they got more firepower than I expected. But you want to take over driving back there?
No. Especially now that you have alleviated us of our windshield.
Oh, you don't like how we play? How about you stop spectating and throw in, Chef? Or do we have to worry about you getting sentimental about old times?
Brakes! Turn here, make a left!
What the hell?
Left hook! Sinister!
What the hell kind of gun's gonna get that kind of range?
Use your imagination, Miss Pepper!
Rocky, I can't steer! You think we're safe?
Sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just that there's a fire, a burning hot fire in the engine compartment.
The radiator.
Oh, do you need an invite to the Discord server? There you go. Oh man, this goes on for 30 minutes. I don't know if I can play that whole thing. That might be a bit much. You know, so that looks fun. Oh. But I think it's about time for me to head out. I want to thank everybody, particularly Epiphany's Realm, for the donation. And until next time, I'll be back later this week. Maybe, hopefully, we'll do this again, this daytime stream thing, because I think that's going. I seem to be doing pretty well. So, till next time, everybody, Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno. Remember, Satan and I love you all very much. And remember, he is a little voice inside you that tells you to say, fuck you, the people you hate. And I'll see you next time. Good night.